Are you ready for it?
Whoop, whoop. Here I come.
Oh.
Here I come.
Oh. And here we go. Leather and Lumber Podcast presented by Lynx Baseball. Lynx Baseball is sponsored by Marucci. Greatness isn't given, it's built. In the cages, in the weight room, in the dirt and sweat you leave. Marucci Sports knows what it takes because they've been there. Founded by big leaguers, the gear is designed by players for players. Bats that deliver power, gloves that feel like extensions of your hand, apparel built for hustle. Whether you're chasing your first hit or your next contract, they've got your back. This isn't just equipment, it's a commitment to your grind. Marucci, honor the game. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, our guest today needs no introduction. He's been on the pod before. Jordan Lazowski, coach of the 2029 Marucci Scout team. Jordy, how you doing, bud?
Good. Can't complain. It's right in the middle of baseball season, so best time of year.
You know, we're recording this on Masters Sunday. I thought you were going to come out with some golf thing, but hey, man, baseball it is. How's
I love watching golf, but I love
you're not a golf guy? I know you're a golf player.
I'm a golf player. So the one time I watched the Masters,
okay,
it was Tiger Woods was in it. Like that was kind of the thing for me. I'll go watch it when they have there's usually a tournament in Chicagoland. I'll go watch one.
Gotcha.
But yeah, I'll leave it on in the background, kind of like I'm doing with the White Sox nowadays. But that's a different story.
They deserve to be anywhere other than in the background nowadays.
Yeah, that's pretty much where they've been. So
I gotcha. You want to start? You want to start White Sox, or you want to start? Marucci team?
You tell me. I'm happy to go any which way you want.
Man, let's jump into the White Sox a little bit.
Right.
For everyone that doesn't know, Jordan hosts a White Sox podcast, Sox on 35th. Shout out. How long have you been doing that for, Jordy?
Oh, the podcast 2.5 years, the blog 8 years.
8 years on the blog, huh?
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's talk a little bit of White Sox. New manager, first-year manager, Will Venable, former teammate of mine. What do you got? What are we, 15 games in?
15 games in, they're what? I might be 16, 4-11, 4-12, something like that. It's when you're coaching on top of trying to watch the games and you're half in both. It's all right, my head's going to go to the team that I'm coaching before it goes to the really crappy rebuilding ball club. That's just how it goes. And it stinks. And it's hey, I get 2 extra hours in my day. Am I going to watch the 5th and 6th innings when they're already done? Or am I going to find something else to do? But regardless, Will Venable has been, I have only positive things to say. I think there's some things he'll do where he's probably learning to get his footing as a manager.
Yep.
That being said, just overall, the quality of play has been better, even though they're not winning. It's more watchable than last year. And I credit a lot of that to the manager and the tone he sets and what he's trying to do and what his vision is. So I do set him up to hit that.
Seems like buying in the clubhouse is a little better. Yeah. Typically, when you're playing the game a little harder, the buying in the clubhouse is a little better.
Right. Buying's a little bit better. Clubhouse vibes, it seems. And Sox are good about putting out social media videos, stuff like that. Vibes are good. Yeah. I mean, they've been in games. Even the games that they lose, it's it's close. It's 3-1, 4-2, and they kind of fought back a little bit, things like that. So, again, they're not good, but it's a better brand of baseball that makes you feel good about the new manager.
Their former ace shellacked them today. Crochet threw a one-hitter.
Yeah.
He's good.
He's really good. He's real good.
Yeah.
And it's, you're lucky you get some of the talent back that you did, but every time you see it, man, I wish I didn't have to trade him.
Yeah, no kidding.
And no kidding.
That's a big loss. Yeah. I know they've got bitten by the injury bug. Benintendi's down. Mm-hmm. Benintendi's down. Lee is down. They called up my guy, Greg Jones. He's a North Carolina guy. Went to Cary High School. Good player. Really good player.
Yeah.
I didn't think he was a big leaguer when he was in high school, but man, Greg Jones, congratulations, dude. That is awesome. Another big leaguer from the Raleigh area. Love to see that. What do you got on the young prospect?
It's been nice to see. He came into the game today. Yeah, he was in the game today.
Yep.
Immediately stole second base. I'm like, all right. I'm seeing the vision for why they're doing things. Yeah, they're hurt. The injury bug. Greg Jones probably isn't making the team usually, but it's like, all right. I see the vision of why you went out, signed him, thought it was going to be some sort of value to the team.
Yeah.
Hopefully he can stick. I know he's kind of been back and forth throughout his career, but hopefully
up and down, right? He'll be a journeyman before it's all over. He's not good enough to be a starter, but he's definitely good enough to be a fourth or fifth outfielder. He brings speed to the table. He's got some thump, right? I mean, he's a good player. He's not a great player. He's your typical 4A baseball player, I think.
Right.
That's going to get hopefully 2 or 3 years of service time and, maybe get a contract out of it. That'd be nice to see. Maybe get to arbitration, right? With the squad. That'd be nice to see. But I think he's going to be your typical journeyman.
Yeah, and this is the type of team where those guys succeed. Like, hey, you're going to see quad A players all the time on these teams. Like, it'll be hard to remember every single guy that comes through, but every single guy that comes through, they're probably grateful they got 50, 100 at-bats, whatever it might be.
Sure. Good chance to make a little money, too. That always helps. Right. Okay, let's jump into the 2029 Marucci team. They were a new team in the fall. We put them together. You were at the helm. First time being a head coach in the organization. What'd your fall season go like?
Fall season ended up really, really good. I was impressed. I remember when you told me about the team. I'm like, well, because I'm a pitching coach in high school as well. So I think very much about the pitching side of things. And I go, well, how's the team? You're like, well, they can hit. I'm like, well, how about the pitching? And you go, well, they can hit. So, and that's in very many respects, that's how the fall went, where these guys, some of our hitters are in a class of their own.
My God, they can hit.
Yeah, exactly. There are many guys that just top to bottom, you feel good about your 1 through 9, 1 through 10.
Yep.
By the end of the fall, though, I started to feel way better about the pitching side of things, too. And you start to figure out who guys are, what they can do. Certain guys are going to develop certain different ways.
Yep.
I felt a lot better as we left the fall, where we stood pitching-wise and how I was going to be able to manage it heading into the summer, than I did maybe going in and, putting guys in wrong roles, not really understanding what guys are made to do.
Sure.
Then you figure it out over the course of 20 games, and that's why you do the fall season, to figure out what you're going into for the next year.
Yep. That's right. Yeah, the offense, every time I looked up, it was 13-1 or 13-2, and I'm like, Jesus. Like, the pitchers really didn't have to do much. And then they get in the second game of the playoffs, and we're out of arms, and all right, well, there you go.
Those quick turnaround fall tournaments, and I'm not a guy who's going to, and I tell all the parents, I'm like, I'm not a guy who's going to push your kid, especially in the fall. Like, I value arm health way too much. And so, yeah, by the end of those games, we're like, all right, second, third game of this, we're out of arms, and I'm not going back to guys I said I wasn't going back to. And
yes, that's right.
That's the nature of these tournaments. So
that's right. Well, it's one of those things that, like, we as an organization are more player centric and care more about player health than winning baseball games.
Right.
No one's going to remember the plastic ring 3 weeks from now or trophy, nor I think does anyone care. Right. I think they care about getting their reps, playing baseball, and when it's time, get recruited. That's the big thing, right? Get recruited, get seen. We teach them how to do it now, and then when it's time for them to get recruited, it's not a culture shock to them. They're, I've done this for 2 years already. This is easy.
And it's something I've made clear early on. It's like, hey, I'm a development first person too. Like, you're not in this organization if you're thinking wins only. Yeah, the wins are a byproduct of having great players and a great process, but at the same time, I'm not for the fall whatever tournament we're in. I'm not going for it, and we're not like we got to have a plan. We got to have a development plan. We're going to stick to it. And if we get wins out of it, great. But because we trust our process, we should get wins without having to, I guess, go against our process, for lack of a better term.
Yeah, we're very process oriented. I'm sure if you listened to the last podcast, you heard us throw that word around a lot. Trust the process. That was with our Victus teams, and the same thing we have to do with our younger Marucci teams. A lot of these guys are just entering puberty. They're just starting to get their mini muscles and things like that, and they're finding out what real baseball is about because now they're on the diamond. They're swinging drop 3 bats. They're swinging BB core. They're swinging wood. So now they're like, hey, the ball doesn't go very far. There's no more rocket launchers or trampolines that they get to go a bit to the plate with. So now the baseball really gets it gets a lot different for them. And they're really learning how to play big boy baseball. So the big trust the process, even though that this is a Marucci team, it's still the same thing. It's you got to trust what we're doing and that we're going to do right by the players. I want to jump into your roster. I want to, get your thoughts on all the players on the squad. And I'm a big up the middle guy. I always build teams around the shortstop, and you guys got a hell of a shortstop, Dane Miyashiro. What do you got on Dane?
Yeah, Dane's the type of guy that I've said it before, and you said it when you were first telling me about the team. It's like you're going to put him there, and you're not going to need to move him. And that's the kind of guy he is and has been and will be moving forward. The times I tried, I'm like, it's the fall. Let's try something different. Let's move some things around. Try this, try that. I'm like, I didn't need to do that. Let's just leave Dane there and call it a day. And that's going to help in other places, especially, but also, when you're solid up the middle fundamentally and you got a guy that you trust, that's exactly where you want to be as a team. And that's who Dane is. I'm impressed by him at the plate as well. I think not necessarily the most assuming character at the plate when you first look at him, but boy, can he hit it. And boy, does he have a lot of power. From both sides of the plate too. I think, the first thing you're going to see him is mostly lefty. You're mostly facing right-handed pitching, whatever. You throw a lefty out there, he's going to switch to the other side of the plate, and he's going to have that same amount of power. It's a truly impressive kid, and that just goes for the on-the-field stuff. Off the field, just good leader, just both lead by his words and lead by example. Someone that you're going to go out there, feel confident in, and at the end of the day, understand that he feels confident in himself too. I think that's the big thing is like he plays with a confidence that is going to be important once it becomes time to play at the next level.
One of the few guys at this age, right now, 2029s or 14U, one of the few guys at this age that I think is truly a 5-tool player. He's got juice from both sides. He has great bat-to-ball skills from both sides. He can pick it, he can throw it, and he can scoot on the bases. He's got 2 home runs this middle school season. He hit 1 today.
I know. I've been getting updates. It's cool to see that. A kid going IMG and just all the talent in the world. Just such an impressive kid in every sense, and someone I'm very excited to see as he continues to grow and develop. And you're seeing video, you're seeing pictures that his family will send along. It's like he's getting bigger too.
He is.
It's coming. It's coming. And it's not going to be long before it's just wow. Scouts coming up to me consistently. Who is this kid? Who is this kid? Who is this kid? And it's going to be a very easy conversation to have because of the on and off the field play.
I agree. Let's stay up the middle. Let's go to the other side of the bag. Let's go to Brooks Jacob, Houston, Texas. Brooks is a USA guy. We had Brooks at USA. I had him actually 2 years ago. I first watched him show up to the ballpark. I watched him hit BP. I watched him play catch, and he hit leadoff. I want to say it was like a 12-pitch at bat, and he smoked the ball the other way for a base hit. Rounds first base, looks at me, goes, I almost didn't let that one get deep enough. And I was like, I want you. I want you on my team immediately. What do you got on Brooks?
Brooks, it's the same conversation on the other side of the diamond. Like, you're going to set it and forget it. Like, you're just going to leave him there and trust that he knows what he's doing. Really good baseball IQ, really good baseball instinct, has really good conversations. Like, you can have a mature I'm talking to a 14-year-old right now or a 13-year-old right now. Like, that's very impressive for the conversations I can have with him. I think in terms of how he prepares and what he tries, he's always trying to get better. I think that's one thing that, the fall season's weird, right? You just played the whole summer. You're tired. You're traveling every weekend, and now you got to add these extra weekends of travel. Like, you're coming towards the end, and it's easy to want to go through the motions. And one thing that always impressed me about Brooke is there's no time off. There's always time for long toss. There's always time for extra swings. There's always time for questions.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, he had some arm issues
Got hurt turning
about
the double
halfway
play.
through so he missed our last tournament, but you missed it. Like, he, again, not an assuming character at the start.
Sure.
And then you don't have him in the lineup. You're like, oh, I wish I had him in the lineup today.
Yeah.
And just a
But
great
when he
spark
grows,
plug in
look out.
general, too.
Yeah. And when he grows, look out. Spark plug, because his dad is a house.
Yes.
That guy is a unit. And when he grows up to be like that, the baseball world better look out, because he can already play the game. When his man strength comes, he is going to be special.
He has the bat to ball skills to be very special, just right now. And when he fills out, when he builds, again, we're talking about kids that aren't even gone through puberty yet. It's the craziest thing for me seeing or coaching guys this young.
Yeah.
And it's like, you can see these skills. You're like, just get bigger. Just wait. I see your parents, to your point. Like, just wait, be patient, work on your skills, but also understand more is coming.
Yeah.
And you'll be able to continue to build. And Brooks is a prime example of that. And like I said, spark plug in terms of just a guy you want on your team, a guy you feel is going to rally you however it takes.
Yeah. You can build championship ball clubs out of that middle.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. That is a team that,
you can build
set it and forget it.
That's right. That's
set
right.
it and forget it.
Those names go in Sharpie, not pen.
Yes. 100%.
You're never changing those. Yep. Let's stay up the middle. Let's go to the outfield. Let's go to your center fielder, KK Rodgers. North Carolina boy, athleticism off the charts. I mean, just off the charts athletically. Good baseball player, right? Needs some refinement in some certain areas, but he can really go in center field. What do you got on KK?
KK, the terms I use, I'm always, you are tooled up out of your mind.
That's
right.
right.
And my thing is, when you talk about like growing and refining and understanding who you are, like, I don't think he understands how good of a baseball player he is yet.
No.
The way he approaches at bats, I'm like, dude, you don't understand how quick your hands are, how much you can trust yourself to just let things travel and go from there. Like, he's truly one of those cases where just as soon as he figures out how good he is, he's going to be that much better. Because there's still a part of him that I feel like just doesn't trust it, or, it's just, again, growing. One thing we'll talk about a lot of these guys, just growing beyond what you'd expect a 13-year-old to look like. He falls directly into that category. So as soon as he understands what it's like to be this big, strong kid and how his body moves, and eventually muscles catch up to how quickly he's growing. Like, once that all gets together, and he has the element of like, hey, I'm a really good baseball player, because this is a multi-sport athlete we're talking about.
Yeah, absolutely.
Big time football player. Yeah, when you understand how good you are as a baseball player, it's going to take you to that next level. Someone that some of the jumps he'll get in center field, impressive. And I think he's so open to coaching and learning and growing and understanding that he'll get there. Those few things where it's like, I see it, you're close, you're right there. I could see this being a huge summer for him. That's how close he is.
He just needs a little bit of skills refinement.
Mm-hmm.
Like, athletically, it is, my God, it's toolsy.
Yep.
Like, he might be the toolsiest player in the organization. Top to bottom. Top to bottom. Might be the toolsiest player in the organization, but the skills, just a little bit with the swing, a little bit with the arm, just needs some refinement in those things. And big summer. Big summer for
and just a kid I love too. Like, again, I talk about his character off the field for all these guys. Like, I love all of these guys off the field, and KK's one of those guys where I'm like making jokes, having a good time, keeping the vibes loose when you got a long weekend, or it's hot, it's gross, it's whatever, you're going through a rough patch. Like, he's a kid that I expect to be a leader in terms of how he handles himself and how he brings about the rest of the team.
Yep. Let's go over to right field. Let's talk about Sam Pascoric. Sam's a Raleigh kid. Brother plays on the 28 team. It's right now, it's long, it's lean, it's a little awkward, but the barrel hits the ball all the time. What do you got on Sam?
Impressive bat-to-ball skills is the first thing you think of when you talk about Sam. Someone who's willing to do whatever, can play a little bit of everywhere, probably going to end up in that corner outfield spot. I think that makes the most sense for him.
Yeah.
We'll pitch a little bit off the mound, too. Like, he's a good ball player no matter where
He's a ball
you're going to
player.
put him.
Yeah, he's a ball player.
Just a strong ball player is what it comes down to.
Yeah.
And I think he had proven throughout the fall, it's like, hey, wherever you put me in the lineup, it's not really going to matter. Bat to ball, we're going to move forward. We're going to keep hitting. And I think that's what's most impressive about him.
Yep. He's big, too. Man, he's got to be 6+. I mean, he is tall. He is strong. Like I said, it's a little awkward. I almost think he's growing too fast.
Right. He's one of those kids where he's like, you're this tall at 13, 14 years old. Like, your body's got some catching up to, which makes it more impressive how good his bat-to-ball skills are currently.
Correct.
That you're doing that now at your height compared to, and you're towering over kids you're playing.
Yep.
Like, as soon as you grow into your body, you're going to take the skills you already have. It's stuff we said already. Take the skills you have and take it to that next level.
Is he going to be a power guy or a speed guy?
I'm going to go power, but also he has really good instincts on the base paths. I trust him. I trust him to understand the situation, understand what he needs to read off a pitcher or dirt ball reads, things like that. He's a very smart baseball player. I think as he gets bigger, he'll be fast, he'll be quick.
Sure.
But I think the power is what's going to come. And I think the speed will be good enough to where he's just going to be he'll still steal bases and everything. Like, he's a smart baseball player.
Yeah. And Sam, and by no inch of the imagination am I comparing you to Barry Bonds. So just let's get that out of the way. But, outfielders at this age, they either hit for a ton of power or they are really, really fast. And I think he could hit for a ton of power and steal some bags. I don't know if he's going to be the pure base stealer and just hit singles.
No, I think he'll eventually develop into gap-to-gap power is where I see it. And again, he'll turn some singles into doubles just because he's a smart baseball player. I think that's where he winds up. And again, that's a middle of every order anywhere. Like, that's exactly what you're looking for.
Yep. Let's go over to the other side. Let's talk about Leighton. Say Leighton's last name for me because I am going to butcher it. Saliba. I was going to butcher that. That was not what I was going to say. Leighton's a Greensboro kid, I believe. Winston-Salem, somewhere in that area of North Carolina. Ballsy, gutsy, right? Plays bigger than his size.
Yeah.
Right. Not scared to throw the ball over the dish, not scared to swing the bat. What do you got on Leighton?
And I personally have a respect for that type of ball player. I was never the biggest, the strongest. I was never that. I got a respect for that ball player. It's like, I'm just going to go out and take care of what I got to do. He's also an incredibly intelligent ball player. The way he thinks about pitching is something I'm able to relate to very easily. It's like, you're dealing with 13, 14-year-olds. You have to be very careful how you phrase some things. It's like, it makes sense in your head. Does it make sense to a 13, 14-year-old? Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. The conversation I'm able to have with a guy like Leighton are ones I would typically expect to have with high schoolers. Like, the way and it's not just what I say to him, it's what he asks me. It's how I know he's thinking about things. It's like how he's thinking about his fastball working off his changeup and his slider and the conversations we have surrounding pitching in general. He's impressive just from that standpoint, and because of that, he will always be able to hang with the big, strong, fast kids because he has the mind to understand how to attack guys, understands his own strengths and weaknesses, and can find them in hitters. I think that's the most impressive thing. Yeah, he outsmarts guys.
That's what it is. He outsmarts hitters. And, the outfield stuff, I don't know how much longer he stays in the outfield because of his size. Right. I think that there's going to be guys that just get bigger and are stronger and hit it a lot farther than he does. His bat-to-ball skills are good. They're not, they're not great. But depending on his size, I mean, he sticks on the mound for sure. How long he sticks in the outfield is just going to be how hard he works, I think. But, there's going to be kids that are bigger and stronger and faster than he is. And I think that a credit to him is he is smarter than they are.
Yeah. That's going to continue to be his calling card. Like, and I've had conversations with him. I'm like, I don't expect you to just call yourself a PO and be done with it. Like, if you want to play the outfield, keep fighting. Like, make me put you out there. Make other teams continue, your high school team, whatever, make them put you out there. And make them see that, hey, I'm not just this PO. If you want to be a PO, fine, whatever. But at the same time, like, continue to force the issue. I have no issue with that from ball players, especially when you're trying to get looks and recruit and stuff like that. Like, yeah, play to your strengths, but at the same time, if you want to go do something, work hard and go do it. Like, and that's the type of guy he is. And the conversations we've had, it's like, I expect him to get a little bit of time in the outfield this year too, a little time at first base here and there. Like, continue to force the issue for me, and you're going to continue to see your name in the lineup on days that you're not pitching.
Yep, that's right. Let's go to a new player on the team, Mason Morgan, up in New York. Mason was recommended by one of my buddies up there, who's a hitting consultant for like a dozen different major league teams. This guy can really hit. This guy can really hit. This guy can really hit. We saw him at Scout Day, right? Again, not an imposing figure, right? And for being a hockey player, I was kind of surprised. I thought we were going to get the imposing figure. Mason apparently is a hell of a hockey player. But what did you see at Scout Day that impressed you?
He's a very fluid ball player. And maybe that's because of this hand-eye coordination skills that come from being a great hockey player. He's very fluid in general. Again, this is an age where some guys are a little bit more boxy. Some guys are still trying to figure. He's a very fluid ball player. He fits right in with the rest of the crew from that standpoint. He'll be used off the mound as well. I think another lefty arm will be awesome. That being said, again, I understand from a hitting consultant standpoint, like, bat's ball skills are good. He's going to be someone that finds his way in that lineup consistently. Is going to give us what we need. We have enough guys who are going to go out and mash. I'm not concerned about that. I need to make sure there's guys on base for them to go drive in multiple runs. And I think Mason's going to be a guy who does that. And I've had some conversations with him outside of Scout Day, things like that. Another very intelligent kid, someone who's mature beyond his years in terms of how he thinks about the game, how he likes to be challenged and coached. I think that's one thing that a lot of these guys I didn't give enough credit to. These guys like to be coached and pushed and challenged.
That's right.
And he absolutely fits that bill. He fits that vibe, and I'm very excited about what he's going to bring.
Yep, as am I. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing him on the field. Let's go to the infield. The next four guys they're going to be your corner guys in one way, shape, or form. We are going to start with Austin Tack. Another North Carolina guy, Wendell area, big, strong, athletic. What do you got on Austin?
Couple things on Austin, couple really good stories. Austin was a great, maybe one of my first lessons in terms of understanding the type of guy or type of player a guy is in a couple respects. The first and most important one was on the mound. He had a couple outings early in the fall. I pulled him out of the pen. I'm like, big, strong guy. Let's just get out at the end of the game with him, just throwing fastballs. Like, let's get through this. He really struggled. Not a lot of strikes. You could see the vision, but it wasn't always there.
Sure.
In the last tournament, I had him start. And watching him, because for his age, he's got an advanced routine. Plyos, just how long he's everything about him. I'm like,
it screams
starting pitcher.
Yeah.
And sure enough, he had a complete 6-inning shutdown performance in our last tournament of the year.
Yeah.
And I saw that warm-up process, and I'm like, oh, that's the type of player he's going to be for us on the mound. Yep. He's going to be a starter. He's going to be a workhorse. He's not going to be a fireballer out of the pen, which is fine, but that's the beauty of the fall where you figure out what guys are. And Austin is absolutely that bulldog starter that he wants to beat everybody.
That's right.
And some guys that works out of the pen. For Austin, it's absolutely a starter. And he will start games for us this year. And he was more than impressive off the mound. And again, just how he handles things as they come. and how he handles, hey, got a couple of runners on, really need to get it out here. Let's buckle down. Let's figure it out. Just a true competitor on the mound.
Yep.
And that has been awesome.
Yep.
And then in the field, just someone who played a little bit of third base, will play some third base. An insanely good first baseman. Saved us on many occasions. Like, it's nice to have a good third baseman. It's nice to have a good shortstop and second baseman. You need all these things. You don't have a good first baseman, you're in a lot of trouble.
That's right.
And Austin is probably our best first baseman in terms of what he can do. And I know he's going to get time at the other corner. He's going to get plenty of time on the mound. But, man, when you put him at first base, ball in the dirt, throw across the infield, just not a good one. I trust him to get it. And he more than earned that throughout the fall. At the plate, big, strong guy. Again, growing into it. I think there's some plate discipline things we talked about. Like, hey, certain pitches in certain parts of the zone, like, don't just dismiss those. Go foul them off. Go try and hit them that way. Something like that. I think there's some still growth that needs to be done there. But in terms of just, I mean, you look at his dad, for example. This dude is big, and he's going to keep getting bigger.
Yeah, his brother's a unit too.
Yeah, and it was nice for me to have the fall with him to learn the type of player he is and how I'm going to get the most out of him. And like I said, it was one of my best cases of trial and error. Like, hey, that didn't work because of this. And I'm glad we kind of found that because he's going to be a huge part of what we do this summer.
Absolutely. Let's go to Brady Lovado, another corner guy, Raleigh guy, goes to Wakefield Middle School. He plays with Sam in middle school. Again, big, powerful athlete. What do you got?
Was just a man among boys over the fall in terms of hitting. Just, I mean, he hit 500. He hit 3 bombs over the course of the fall.
Yes, he did. He can smack it.
And he can smash it. Yeah. He's also just a great dude. I think that's the funniest thing about it. Like, he has such a funny personality. And it's like, again, when you're mixing and matching guys from all over, whether it's North Carolina, Texas, wherever guys are coming from, as this team continues to grow, he's a great guy to just, you know what you're going to get from him at all times. You're going to get a great positive attitude. He's going to make you laugh. He's going to have a good time with the guys. And you need someone who's going to rally everyone together like that. You need your leaders in terms of just, hey, like, keeping guys accountable. But you also need the guys who are keeping the vibes loose, high and lows. We're not getting too high, not getting too low. Brady does that perfectly. I'm encouraged to see him continue to get bigger and stronger. And I'm encouraged to see what he can do off the mound, too. He can throw a little bit off the mound, too. And I think, again, another trial and error type thing. We're trying to figure out where this guy's going to fit. He might fit towards the back end of that bullpen somewhere.
Sure.
I think that's a guy that, let's see what this winter brought. Let's see what this spring brought. And we get on the field in the summer. Now I know kind of where I think you fit, but I know for sure you're going to fit in the middle of the lineup.
Yep. You can go ahead and pencil him in 3-4 hole every time.
Yep.
That's where he's going to hit. Let's talk about another one. And Junior gets me a little bit, man. Junior Biggin. I don't know if he's going to be a PO. I don't know if he's going to be a first baseman. I know he swings really hard and he throws really fast. Had some injury stuff over the winter, probably, I think towards the end of the fall, had some arm issues going. But, you know, I've watched June take some BP lately, and it comes off hot off the bat. And I know he's just starting to throw again. So, you know, really looking forward to see what this summer brings for Junior. What do you got on our guy?
Junior's, we just got to keep him healthy. That's the biggest thing. Like, that's, I've told him, I have no, I think he'd be a Division I pitcher. With how he is right now. Again, it's not just the size. The size is a big part of it. Throwing hard, absolutely big part of it. Just the intelligence of how he commands himself, the game, how he understands what he needs to do nutrition-wise, like workout-wise. Like, hey, you need this 7-day routine, something like that, just to keep yourself healthy. I'm in terms of impressive ball players, he's among the top ones I've coached. Just from how he understands himself, the game, what he needs to do, what he needs to get better. A lot of that is his dad is a huge proponent of all of it. He's someone that works in lockstep with Junior in terms of just understanding what needs to be done. And I attribute probably some of that injury stuff is just he's huge. Like, very big kid.
He's a big boy
for his size. And again, look at his dad. He's going to keep growing. And if he grows too quickly, the rest of the body has to be able to
catch up, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I attributed a lot to that because he's doing everything he needs to do to keep himself healthy. Now the thing is, my only goal over the summer is to make sure I give him as much of a routine as possible, keep him healthy, and get him out there when we want him. I'm not going to overuse him. I'm not going to kill the kid. No. I am, like I said, arm health is so important to me. And treating these guys and keeping them healthy when they're in my care is of utmost importance. And when you see an arm like his, you need to do whatever you got to do to keep it healthy. Whenever you want to run it out there in the biggest games, he is
He's the man.
Starter.
He's the number one, right? He's the horse.
He's the number one, without a doubt. And when he's not pitching, he'll play some left field. He'll play some first base. He can hit a little bit too. He's a good athlete.
Yep.
As he grows, we'll figure out where he's going to fall in terms of the PO, hitter spectrum, all that stuff.
Yeah.
But again, I'm not in a rush because
you don't have to be.
Yeah, exactly. You don't have to be. Like you can trust him to be on both sides of the ball. But again, he's the day one starter, and I want him out there when we need the biggest outs. We just got to keep him healthy and without overuse.
That's right. Let's go to another big boy, Jeremy Moreno. New to the organization, new-ish. Did you have Jeremy at all last fall?
Jeremy was hurt all fall.
He was hurt, right? He was hurt. He's thrown some this spring for his middle school out at West Millbrook. Big kid, imposing, good breaking ball, good fastball. As a hitter, it's big, it's strong. Seems to be a common theme with your team. And I think there's so much unknown, but you look at the potential, right? You look at the size, you look at the strength. I'm really excited to see what he can do this summer on the big stage.
He's the wild card of this team for me. If he hits his potential to where he looks the part, to your point, he looks a big, imposing kid. Talk about him at the scout day. Really nice kid, really great guy. Someone I'm going to enjoy having around the team. Now it's if you hit your potential, this team's going to go way farther than I think it can. I already think this is going to be a very good team all summer. But the ceiling is going to be so much higher even if it's a fraction of his potential. What he's going to add on the mound, in the field, at the plate, that truly the wild card. Because, you see it, you like what you see, imposing presence, and at the same time, it's there's still so much more to still see and figure out where he fits in everything. It's going to be my biggest challenge, too, to make sure it fits all the right piece, all the pieces fit the right way. But I'm excited to see him play.
Yep, as am I. Let's go to, before we get to the backstops, let's kind of talk about your Super U, who, and this young man, who I believe might be the best pure hitter on the team, is Harry Bonhomem, from New Jersey, up in Patterson. Made his JV high school team as an 8th grader, hitting .700 through 4 games. It's asinine how good a bat-to-ball skills that this kid has from both sides of the plate, right? Switch hitter, am I right?
No,
straight right.
Lefty.
Oh, straight left.
Lefty.
Sorry, straight left. That's what it is. Okay, straight left. But Harry's going to play some first base. Harry's going to play some third base. Harry's going to catch a little bit. Harry's going to pitch a little bit, and Harry is going to hit a lot. What do you got on? What do you got on our Super U?
He's a great example of, hey, you hit enough, we're going to find a place in the field for you. Whether it's behind the plate, on the mound, corner infield, whatever we got to do. Of all, like I said, or actually, like you said, so many good hitters on this team. In some lineups, he's going to fall 6 or 7. For me, I'm I can't leave him past 3. I love having him at the plate when I need someone to put the ball in play and just have a good at-bat. Yeah. And that's the sort of player he's been. And he also just got bigger, stronger, leaner as well.
More athletic.
More athletic.
Yeah.
Over to where we had the scout team. Wow, you were impressive before, and you're way more impressive now. at the same time. Off the mound, he had a great scout day off the mound. Like, I
He
knew
did.
what he was
Yep.
at the plate, behind the plate, in the field. I knew what he was. Like, I wasn't surprised by anything there. I knew what a great hitter he was.
Yep.
When I saw him on the mound, he went from like, oh, he'll be a reliever, maybe make some spot starts, to, oh, well, I got to pencil him into a rotation here too.
If June's not healthy, that's your number one, I think.
Mm-hmm.
If June's not healthy, I think Harry might be your number one.
He was that impressive at the scout day for me. Yeah. And again, it'll be up to me to kind of manage, where you got to.
That's a lot to manage. Pitch. Yeah,
too. Exactly. It's like, the good thing is we've got 2 other great backstops that make this conversation way easier.
Yeah.
But at the same time, when you're trying to manage pitching and catching even in the same tournament, lot to put on a kid's shoulders, lot to put on a coach's shoulders, but just hit. Let's start with that. Just hit, and we'll figure the rest out.
You don't have to worry about that part.
Yeah, exactly. That is exactly who he is.
That kid hits, and he hits a ton.
Yes.
He is the ultimate barrel to ball guy. And I mean, I think the most impressive thing about him is it's never, try to do too much.
Mm-hmm.
If I have 2 strikes, I'm going to take my single through the 6 hole. Or I'm going to go ahead and, if there's a runner on second base and less than 2 outs, I'm going to go ahead and get out on my front foot. I'm going to hook one in the 4 hole for my base knock RBI. He's not up there going, oh, I got to hit it in the gap. I got to do this. I got to do that. He takes what's given to him, right? Mature beyond his years at the plate and understanding how to hit.
And that's why
not just the action.
Yeah. And that's why it's like you can't put him lower in the lineup. Like when you got a couple guys top of the lineup, did you know are going to get on base? Like Dane Ferguson. You start with Dane. You want to make sure someone's going to be there to drive him in and have a good at bat, or at the very least, move him over for some of the other big thumpers. Like that's why he continues to hit higher in my lineups, is simply because I can trust the at bat consistently. Again, that's the maturity aspect that, again, 14-year-olds, I don't expect you to know it all. I expect you to make a ton of mistakes. But those who make fewer mistakes stand out among an already impressive group of guys and peers that they play against, play with, all that stuff. And he is absolutely one of those.
Yeah. I'm looking at some things and jotting some things down with your lineup. And, Dane 1, Sam 2, Harry 3, Brady 4, Austin 5, Jeremy 6. I don't see any outs, and I see a ton of runs. Like a ton of runs.
And you're going to do it different ways too. Like we could come out and those top 6 guys, 4 of them could hit homers, or they could turn around and just single and double you to death. Like it just depends on what they're feeling that day. It's a versatile lineup from that respect too, but also those first 1 through 6 can all leave the ballpark at the same time. It's just being singles, doubles hitters.
That's right. All right, let's go to the backstops. Selfishly, I'm going to save my guy for last. We're going to talk about Anthony Black first. New to the team, South Carolina guy, I believe. What'd you have at Scout Day? I know he was there. I was impressed.
Yeah.
What'd you have?
Former middle infielder. He was like, I hated playing the infield. I love catching. Yeah. Which is, and you still see in terms of his movements, he's still learning how to be a catcher.
Yep.
But the talent he is right now, it's like, that is impressive.
It's ridiculously athletic behind the plate.
Yes.
Ridiculous. It's almost a waste of athleticism back there.
That's what I said too. I'm like, are you sure you don't want to play some middle infield too? He's like, no, I love catching. Which, fine. You're clearly a very good catcher. You're going to refine a few things here and there from your time in the infield and really form yourself into a true catcher. Yep. Yeah, that is a lot of athleticism back there.
Yep.
And I'm excited about it. Great arm, phenomenal arm. Just someone that, as he builds his receiving and blocking skills, like, this is still an age where guys kind of like to run free. That's one thing I learned in the fall. There are a lot of stolen bases, and I didn't give steal signs because guys just run.
Green
lights
that
guys are going with. So to have strong guys behind the plate and strong arms, and even if you don't throw out every single guy, your throwdowns between innings be like, whoa, we might have to think twice about that one.
There you go.
And Anthony is someone who's going to be able to do that, and I'm excited about that.
Yep. Offensively, anything stand out?
Just again, true athleticism. Where it's like if you try and do too much, you're going to get yourself out. If you stay within yourself, work the other way, just trust yourself, trust your hands. Very much like a KK conversation. Like if you trust what you have, you're just going to split gaps all day. If you try and do too much, you're going to these guys can't get you out. You're going to get yourself out.
That's right.
Like that's the kind of guy he is. But also he's very cerebral. Again, infielder, shortstop, catcher, very cerebral kid. He knows what's going on. It's just about staying within yourself in those moments and trusting what you can do.
Yep. Last but not least, our guy, Chase Cayas. When he showed up to Scout Day, I think you and Ryan were walking in together, and Chase walks up and was like, "What's up, guys?" And Ryan's like, "Who the hell is that? Do I know him?" and George, Chase's dad's walking in behind him. He's like, "Holy shit, that's Chase!" It was a big off season for young Mr. Cayas. What do you got on our backstop?
I tell the story every time we do this. I love telling it. It's like the first time I ever saw him was like a year and a half ago, 2 years at this point. It's like Chase Cayas catcher. I'm like, I remember him from Ryan's dugout with the 27s coaching his older brother.
Yep.
And he's the little shithead bat boy,
right.
just smack talking the entire
That's
team.
What he was. Yep.
I'm like, you're not a catcher. And he continues to build on it. And he's a leader. He is a catcher. He is a leader. And he's someone that, some of the conversations I had with him last year about like commanding a game, controlling a game, stuff like that. Like he wants to be there. He wants to learn it. He wants to be a leader in that aspect. He's been texting me a little bit back and forth, just some of the videos of him hit, and he's like, "I'm getting closer to that bomb. I'm so close. It's getting aggravating." Like he has an impressive amount of power for for his size.
He's not like Junior or Harry or Brady or Austin, like thick. He's got some strength.
The way I describe it is he's what you'd expect like an average 14-year-old or above average 14-year-old to look like. Like you have extreme ends of the spectrum where it's like the Austins and the Juniors of the world.
They look like men.
Yeah, they look like men. They look older than me at times when I'm out there. Like when you look at Chase, like that is an above average athlete.
Sure.
That's maybe a little bit more age appropriate.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, you're maybe not as big as those guys, but you're way ahead of your peers at the same time. And that's what I hope he keeps in mind because he plays some good competition. He plays with a bunch of big guys. It's like, keep in mind that you're still well ahead of where a typical 14-year-old would be. So keep that in mind consistently.
Yep.
He'll hit some bombs this year. We had a wood bat tournament at the end of the year, and he parked one off of we were at the Nationals and Astros complex.
Oh, ballpark at the Palm Beaches.
Yes. How did I forget we were at Palm Beach? I know. But we were there, and he, I think, one-hopped the left field fence on a fly. I'm like, all right, with a wood bat.
Like, down the line. That's a poke. That's a big boy poke with wood.
I'm like, that's a big boy poke out of you, Chase.
Oh, yeah.
He's getting there. He is there. And again, the intangibles behind the plate are awesome. He has expanded beyond that. He's like, I don't want to just be pigeonholed here. So we've put him in the outfield. He was our emergency second baseman when, we didn't have Brooks for that last tournament. Held his own over there. Just a smart ball player to go play wherever, and he's going to figure it out.
Sure.
He loves to kind of be my assistant coach at times too. He loves to tell me when I do things wrong.
Oh yeah, he does.
Which is the joy of Chase Cayas. But I have nothing but high hopes for him. Yeah, I'm like, just shut up, dude.
Just shut up.
But yeah, I'll be like, I didn't agree with that. I'm like, okay, we'll talk about this later. Go hit, dude.
Yeah.
But I'm excited to work with him in terms of, because I'll call games, I'll do things, but there are also situations I'm not going to call games. Like I want you to learn and grow and develop. And I'm excited to work with him from that aspect too, knowing fully that I consider him a leader of the team. And if he's going to be there and lead the guys and be someone who's going to be a positive influence for the pitchers, for the hitters, everything, I truly consider him one of the leaders of the team. And I think he's earned that with a strong fall, and I'm excited for the summer.
Yeah. My worry about Chase is, we played him up last summer. And my worry about him last summer was the youth. Playing up with some older guys, he really I'm going to say this. Chase, there's no filter between brain and mouth.
No.
It just spits it out. Whatever he's thinking, it comes out. Sometimes it could be really insightful, and other times you look at him and like, you are a moron. And it's just like, we got to work on his filter, right? But as he's playing with kids his own age, he seems to have taken more of a leadership role. So the filter's starting to develop. A little late for some of us, but
a little late for my liking. And this again, this is nothing I haven't told Chase. I'll shoot him a look like,
oh yeah,
did you really just say that?
Oh yeah,
and he knows. But the thing is, he knows. He's smart.
He smiles at you when you do it.
Yeah,
he knows the look that he's getting. So he gives you the shit-eating grin.
Exactly. He's like, yeah, I know I screwed up right there.
He kind of looks like she's like, shouldn't have said that.
Yeah, no, and he gets it.
But
so
that's
it's
okay.
like, those are the challenges I'm going to put on. But again, like I said, I'm going to figure out who certain guys are, just both on the field, off the field. I'm going to challenge you. Like, Chase, I know I have to challenge you.
Yes, to keep him in the game.
Be that leader, to keep, exactly.
To keep him in the game.
Yeah, from no other reason except for you're a really good ball player. And you're going to influence a lot of guys positively if you keep in the game in that respect. Like I said, I'm very, very excited about what he's going to do. And I think I'm going to push him hard. He's going to see some challenges this year. Me and him are probably going to butt heads a time or two. But at the same time, my goal is to make him better. And my goal is to make all these guys better.
with their managers.
Yeah.
Good catch. And it's a respect thing. Like, I get it. Mm-hmm. Good catchers will butt heads with their managers. And that's a part of it. Now,
I've told him that's fine. I have told him, like, dude, like, I don't mind that you challenge me. Ask questions.
Yeah.
Let's have a conversation. I challenge all the guys. Like, not everyone's the same unfiltered person. Yeah. But I challenge all the guys. Like, ask me questions. Call me out. Let's figure this out together because I'm learning you guys as much as you're learning me. And that's the same challenge I give to every one of them.
I think something that would be good for Chase and for Anthony and for Harry, you talked about calling pitches, right? So, this year we're using go route.
Yes.
Right? So what I kind of learned to keep my catchers in the game, I let them call the pitches for the guy behind the plate.
Mm-hmm.
All of them get to do it at some point. You teach them the game.
Yeah.
Or you sit next to them or on the fence, and whoever the guy in the game, right's got the watch on, and you can tell the other two, all right, boys, this is what I'm thinking. Yada, yada, yada. You talk through them through the inning. This is what I want to do. This is who's on the mound. This is what I'm thinking. Let's roll with that. And let those two call the pitches. Or the one call the pitches, whoever it's going to be. Right?
I do something similar with my high school guys, too.
Yeah.
I do something similar with my high school guys. Like, I'll call the game, but I'm like, I want you here figuring out. Ask me, like, hey, I would do this. Like, let's have conversations consistently. And that's something I expect to do with them. I think now's the age where it's easy to just have the coach take over and you don't learn anything. And I don't want to do that. But I also don't want to only learn by mistakes. You know what I'm saying? Where it's like, we only learn after you call a hook you shouldn't have and we give up a 2-run double to the gap. Like, I don't want you to only learn in those scenarios. I want you to learn from me and then go try and do it at the same time.
Yep. Well, I'm only going to keep you for a few more minutes. I know Sox on 35th is coming up. Anything at your schedule kind of jump out to you? Places you're excited to go? Tournaments you're excited to be in?
For me, this is. I don't have a great answer because for me, this is the first summer that I'm kind of on this circuit. Last summer I was with the academic team and we were all out east. So now to be in Atlanta and Florida the entire time, now you're seeing a different brand of competition. Yeah. So I'm just excited to see what that looks like outside of the fall. You get a taste of it, but not everyone plays in the fall. The tournaments aren't the same. All the talents playing in these tournaments in the summer. Some are playing football, whatever, in the fall. I'm excited to see what that looks like and the challenges that come with it for these guys. because the talent was good in the fall, but I know it's going to get better in the summer at the same time. I think that's the biggest thing for me, is just being on the circuit that, as we've kind of put together, is the best of the best, and challenging those guys to see it and understand it. And I guess for the first time with this team, really come together and play in that type of environment. I'm just excited to have that opportunity. I'm excited the guys get to have that opportunity.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. This is, our job as an organization is to put you guys in the best spots to play against the best competition, on the best fields. And I think we do a pretty good job of that on our end. Our next job for this group, we got to find you 2 more guys. We got to find you another arm, and we got to find you a backup infielder. God forbid anything happens to Dane or to Brooks. And that's what we're working on. I'm going to California next week, and I'm going to figure some stuff out with Gary and some of those guys. We're talking to some people. We got some big things in the works, and I'm looking forward to going out there, and we've got a few workouts set up that, we're going to look at some guys, right? And we've got some guys from a few different age groups that we're going to kind of look at and get some information on, and see if we can't have them join up and what we're doing. And there's a few 2029s that I've got my eye on. So I'm really excited to get my eyes on those 2 guys. Shall remain nameless for now. Jordan, man, I really appreciate everything that you do for us, helping out with the pod, helping out with the social media, coaching the 29 team. Something I am really looking forward to after the summer is getting to coach with you. My 26s will graduate. So in the fall, I'm going to pull double duty. I'll do 2 26 tournaments, and then I'll be with the 29s, the other 2 of their events. So really looking forward to getting to coach with you in the fall, and see you guys around this summer. Any last words before you jump off here?
No, just I'm excited. To get to grow with a team. The first time I was kind of with the 27s for a little bit, then the academic team. Then I came here. It's nice to be able to. I'm still young as a coach. I'm 28. This will be my second summer coaching travel ball, my 4th overall year of coaching. I'm still growing. I'm still learning, and it's nice and it's cool to be with a group that you kind of grow and learn along with them. Yeah. We went down that entire list of guys. I have nothing but positive things to say about all of them. And I'm sure there's things I forgot to say about each and every one of them. That being said, I have nothing but high hopes and high expectations for them, for myself, this year, next fall, so on and so forth as they get older. I'm just looking forward to it at the end of the day. And it's a cool development and learning opportunity for me and the guys to kind of, like I said, learn and grow together. So it's a lot of things I'm excited for with this group. Like I said, probably things I forgot to mention, but no shortage of excitement about every single one of those guys. Yep.
Yeah, I'm excited about this team. I'm excited about this team as I am the 27 team, as far as top to bottom and offense.
Yeah.
Offense, right? That 27 team is going to score a lot of runs, right? And I think this team could be the same way. And so I'm really excited about that. Real quick, you want to plug Socks on 35th?
Yeah, so when I'm not doing my day job or this coaching job, my blog world is Socks on 35th. I've been doing that, like I said, 8 years. So if there are any White Sox fans listening, go ahead and follow along. I know it's not the best time to be a fan, but we do the best we can. And like I said, doing this for 8 years now, it's a blast. It's everything I wanted it to be and then some. It's a way to stretch my mind and get me thinking differently about the game. And that's kind of been my MO, is I like to think about things differently. And that's kind of been my outlet. So if you're a Sox fan, follow along.
Nice. All right, Jordy, man, I appreciate it. I'm not going to keep you any longer. I know you got to go prep for Sox on 35th. So, my man, I will talk to you soon.
Appreciate you, sir. We'll talk soon.
Yep. See you, pal.
See ya.
That was Jordan Lazowski. He is the 2029 Marucci Scout Team coach. Real quick, we talked about go route there towards the end. Champions are built in practice. With go route baseball, every rep is faster, sharper, and smarter. No more hand signs, no more paper. Just real-time communication from coach to player, directly on the field. Hit and runs, bunt defenses, pickoff plays, all delivered with perfect clarity instantly. Trusted by top high school and college programs, Go Route brings efficiency and precision to every practice and game. Less standing, more reps, better baseball. This is Go Route. You know, really excited about this 2029 team. Really excited about Jordan. He's a great up and coming coach. You know, he also works for USA Baseball. He's also on the USA Baseball staff for the Midwest group. He helps Rich Janner out in the Midwest. He does a lot of their analytics, does a lot of their social media stuff. So Jordan is plugged in. You know, he is. It's really, really good, man. He's a good coach, and I am super excited to work with him. I am going to real quick. We're going to talk some alumni stuff. First thing is first. Chase. What is Chase's last name? Chase McInerney. Sorry, Chase. I didn't want to butcher that. Committed today to Greensboro College. He's Inspiration Academy High School. Committed to Greensboro College today. Big backstop. Got some pop. Can really catch and throw. Chase, congratulations, man. We are proud of you. Next, I want to go. I want to give a couple shout outs to some former players, a couple 2023s of ours. You know, well, actually, the first player I'm going to give a shout out to is a current 2023, Shane Jelovaneski, no hitter, 11 Ks last week. Iona beat Archbishop Stepanek 10-0 in 6 innings. Shane with the no hitter. Also, current player last week, Thomas Pascoric hit 700, 3 RBIs, 7 hits with a double and a triple. He was the Bobby Murray Invitational MVP player of the tournament down here in North Carolina. Thomas, our 2028 shortstop. 2 former players of ours. I know I talked about him a little earlier. O'Neal Feliz at Highland Community College down in Florida. O'Neal hitting .342 with 5 bombs and 35 RBIs. Great start to the season. I think they are midway through, so we are really, really happy for O'Neal. And then I talked about him a few weeks ago. Also, Jake Robinson named the MEC Pitcher of the Week for the week of 4-7. So, guys doing some big things. Former players of ours. You know, really excited where these guys are headed, what they're doing. The program in general, man, we are killing it. We are doing well. The boys are playing well. The staff is up and running. We've got guys coming in. We're filling teams. We've got some big things going on. I appreciate all the support from everyone. Like, listen, subscribe. I will see everyone next time. I'm out of here.